how you approach video games is the same way you approach life.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How do I approach
Like level up all your skills. And I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Like, go on a mission. And there's like these missions that are like, go do this, go do that. And you're like, no, I'm just going to garden and I'm just going to like...
This is the Atomic Souls Podcast.
Yeah, it was a good group. But the topic this morning was legacy. It was chapter 21 of the book, Leaving a Legacy. And it was funny because, the book's written by somebody that's in their 70s, and so they're very legacy focused. Mm-hmm. And we're all reading it in our 20s and 30s for the most part. Mm-hmm. And so we all kind of had the same perspective of like, I don't really think about legacy at all. Yeah. Like I think about mission, and I feel like if I'm mission focused and achieving that mission, that evolves into legacy. And then they were referencing it to like big leaders in the Bible that were legacy focused, and almost all of them end up being massive failures in the end. But I thought it was interesting. A great quote that I had heard from Tim Tebow a few years back. He was doing an interview, and I can't remember exactly how he had phrased it, but they asked him, what's your biggest fear in life or biggest motivator, something to that effect. And he said, my biggest fear is that I'll arrive in heaven well rested. And I really like that, because a lot of times we just always think like, oh, I'll get to that Monday, or I'll get to that whenever the timeline is. And like, we're all well rested. Every day is. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be the last.
Right. Where if we have that sense of urgency of, I might not have tomorrow to finish, as I need to finish it today. Yeah. Then not only do you get so much more accomplished, but you get that sense of fulfillment of like, if you believe in God or a creator, you can stand before your creator and say, hey, I'm wore out because I've been doing your work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good perspective.
Yeah.
Is that what the book said to do?
No. But again, Tim Tebow's, in his late 30s when he's saying this. Yeah. The author is in his late 70s when he's writing the book. And so again, it's kind of, from Tim's perspective, he's mission focused. Mm-hmm. And if I pursue this mission wholeheartedly, that becomes a divine legacy in his perspective. Yeah. And I think for the author, I say Arthur, John Maxwell, who wrote the book. He's writing it, retrospectively, like reflecting on what he's achieved in life. Mm-hmm. So different perspectives. I think discussing the same thing but phrasing it from the difference in perspective. Similar to a conversation I had with Ryan the other day, because Ryan's in his 50s, so our outlooks on life are a good bit different. Like, we have a lot of crossover. We love talking about the same stuff. We love, contemplating
deep conversations,
these different topics. Yeah. But we were talking the other day about, personal identity, and he was really big about reflecting on, who am I outside of my career and outside of my family? Like, just who am I individually? And he's at that age where it seems more common to reflect on those types of things. Mm-hmm. So where for me, when we were talking about it, I was like, man, that's awesome. I feel like I'm not even ready to approach those questions yet. Yeah. Because outside of family and outside of career and, faith, I don't feel like I have any. And I don't say that in a depressive way. Like, I don't feel like I don't have any identity. I don't have a desire to have any identity outside of that stuff. I like that the things that define me is my faith and my family and my business.
Yeah. I do feel like as we are like selling off shares and things and taking less day-to-day work on and like moving that, even today I was like, oh, this is nice. I can go in late and go to just like this networking meeting and do the podcast today and some like smaller tasks. It is kind of like an identity crisis in itself.
That was me 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's me now.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. I'm like, this is nice, but like, what's next? So it's like different.
It is. The
We're still in
perspective
the throes
changes.
of like all the family
Yeah.
business stuff, but
Well, like with the equity situation in the company, for me, not that we've had a kid go off to college yet, but I feel like that's the closest correlation there, I guess. Metaphor
Yeah.
is I feel like
it's weird.
I'm like, we have raised this entity to be what it was meant to be, and now we're handing it off to its next chapter of life.
Yeah.
And that chapter is with other people.
Yeah.
Similar to, you raise your kid up through high school and now they're off to write their next chapter and you're no longer the Arthur.
Yeah. Awkward, like going to first grade. And I'm like, what do I do with my day now that I'm not watching my kiddo all day?
Yeah. Not really. I mean, I feel like that's the case. Like we've had a kid that just graduated high school and is off to start their life. And now we have another kid that's just getting into school and we don't have to be hands-on 24/7 with.
A little bit.
What's that?
A little bit, but yeah, not much.
Sure. But yeah, I think it's, I don't think your perspectives change. I think they mature and evolve.
Yeah. Yeah, the identity kind of changes when you're so engrossed in raising the business.
Yeah. That's something that I never really gave much thought to in general, though. Just my entire life, I've never really thought much about identity. Like I was just always focused on doing the things and enjoying the things. And like we've talked about it a lot. When we first moved to Austin, I had a lot of financial stress. We didn't have kids yet, but just with you and I trying to be, primary provider and head of household, and like all the weight just kind of dumped on my shoulders of marriage.
Single income.
Yeah.
Living in Austin.
But like I didn't really think about it until like I'm looking back in the rearview mirror. In the process, I'm like, this is great. I'm loving it. Like, oh, we saved $200 last month. We're fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Because to us at the time, like that was huge.
Yeah.
And I was having a blast. And, we'd save up and we'd go do a date night at Chick-fil-A and rent a Redbox movie. I don't even know if Redbox exists anymore.
Redbox. I think it's Netflix now.
Right.
I forgot about that.
But like, I never thought about, well, who am I outside of this? I didn't give a shit. I was enjoying life. And I didn't need like materialistic things to enjoy it. I just needed to do it with you.
Yeah. Well, I think identity is like kind of what you are doing and how you're living life.
Yeah.
I don't know if like Ryan kind of has space to think about identity. So when that happens, I'm like, oh, I think some people just have more space than others to think about who they want to be in the next chapter. And that's kind of how I feel like right now. It's like I have a little space to be like, where do I want to put my effort?
Yeah. I think it's a curse of intellect kind of thing too. Like I've said this to Ryan and he was like, no, dude, you're very intelligent. I was like, I don't think I'm smart enough to ask those questions, brother. Like, I don't think existentially enough to like look at myself in third person and say, who is that outside of all this?
Yeah.
That's me. Like there's nothing else there.
Art professor of Ryan, though.
Right. But again, like he was like, no, dude, I think you're very intelligent and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but that's a different level of intelligence.
Oh, different level, but y'all are just different types of intelligence.
Yeah.
And they mesh well together because they're very introspective.
Right.
In different ways.
I do think I'm very introspective, but I'm not existentially introspective, if that makes sense. Like introspective, I am a cog of the bigger wheel. I'm not the wheel.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You're not the cog. You don't think about being the cog, you just are.
Right. Like I don't try and figure out like the significance of myself inside of the bigger picture. I'm just doing me. And if it benefits, the bigger picture, great. If it doesn't, oh well.
Yeah. Well, I think to that reflection, like my dream is the human trafficking recovery stuff. and having like, yeah, big stuff with that. And so I think that's like the dream, or like the goal, the mission, etc.
Yeah.
that we've adopted together.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that before. Like, I'm not, I think Tyler was the one that had said this originally, but like, I'm not a dreamer, I'm a refiner. I don't have big dreams and aspirations. My aspiration is just whatever I'm doing to be the best at doing that thing. So like, if I'm running boats, I want to be the best person on the boats I can be. I'm on the, when I was on deck, same thing. If I'm competing in sports, I want to be all in. I want to be the best I can possibly be at all times when I'm doing things. I don't really care what that thing is. I want to be competitively good at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm the opposite, because doing like stuff growing up, I would pass, but I wouldn't be like the best. And then I really had like a crisis moment in my first semester of college. I was like, I don't fucking like this shit that I'm majoring in. And I was really good at it. I was making hundreds. The professor actually was like, yo, you're really good at this.
Right.
And then like the week later, I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. Switching
funny.
majors to psychology. But I had like, identity crisis, because who am I in this world? What do I want to do in this world? That's kind of how it was, top down, bottom down, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was the opposite. Whereas like, I need like a bigger picture to like strive towards. And
Maybe that's why I failed in school and you did well, is because
eventually did well, because I had that mission.
right. Me going to college, there was no mission. It was just, that's what I was told to do.
Right.
And so it just felt pointless.
Yeah.
To where, I started working on the boats, doing deckhand, started from scratch. And I worked my way, up the chain of command into being a wheelman. And
That was your mission.
Well, it wasn't though.
No.
My mission was just to be good at what I was doing. And I was like, well, what's the next step after this? Become a relief mate. Okay. What's the next step? Become a mate. What's the next step after that? Become a steersman. What's the next step after that? Like, it wasn't that I was like, okay, I got to be a captain one day. It was just, well, if you're really good at this, why don't you try this? And I kept looking for more and more and more. Before I knew, I was like, oh shit, I'm running my own vessel now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But it was never about money or anything like that. I was perfectly happy, when I was on deck. And
great. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
30K a year.
Right. So like, it was never a materialistic thing. It was never a money thing. It wasn't ever even really a career thing. It was just, what's the next thing to do? Like, I'm bored with this now. What do we do next?
Yeah. You're very much, how you approach video games is the same way you approach life.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How do I approach that? I'm really curious about that. How do I approach video games?
You just kind of you like level up all your skills, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? Like, go on a mission, or like, and there's like these missions that are like, go do this, go do that, and you're like, no, I'm just gonna garden, and I'm just gonna like build my house over and over again and like make it the best, make my character the best. But then you don't go out on like any of the missions. I'm like, can you please just like stop getting
Because
corn and
I'm focused
eggs?
on me being the best. It's funny because the guys on the boat, I'll hook up the Xbox, play on the boat.
Yeah.
They say the same thing. They said, dude, if I got to watch you chop one more fucking tree.
Yeah. The missions are the exciting part.
The missions are exciting, but I don't know. I'm hyper competitive, but it's all internal. It's not external. I'm hyper competitive in like, I could be better than this, and then I'll want to push myself and push
level
myself
up, but not like against others. Like the missions would be like more against beating the game.
Yeah, well, like PvP games.
Yeah.
I used to be really big into PvP, and I got bored with it.
Yeah.
And so I kind of turned that internally. I like co-op a lot, but even in co-op, me and Garrett would play a lot of co-op stuff. So World of Warcraft had the hardcore server that came out, and he'd get all pissed off because he just like exact same thing as you. He's like, I just want to go do the missions.
Yeah.
And so he would just hit randomize, make a character, log in, let's play. And I'm like an hour on the
Building
character
the
creator
character.
and then setting my UI up just how I want it. And he's like, I'll come back tomorrow. We'll play tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we play, and the same thing. I'm like trying to make sure that I get everything mid-max perfect. And he's like, I just want to play the fucking game.
Yeah. That's how you approach life.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I don't want to do something if I'm not going to do it all out. Like, I don't want to just half-ass anything.
Yeah.
Which sucks on a diet, because I'll try and diet and I'm like, nope, I'm all in. I'm doing 1,500 calories. These are my macros.
And then you don't keep up with it.
Yeah, I'll do it for a week. I'm like, fuck this, I want ice cream.
Small changes.
Yeah.
Great.
But in other aspects of life, it's been very successful for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it was a good morning.
It was a good morning. It was interesting.
Was Kevin just sitting there like, legacy, y'all need wills. Here's my will
Kevin
guy.
doesn't go. Kevin went like once in the last 21 weeks. Kevin and Blaine, well, Blaine's trying to get together this evening. Kevin gave him a thumbs up, so I don't know what that means, but we might get together this evening and hang out for a bit. It's storming though, and I don't know. We'll see.
Cigars in the rain.
I'd sit inside. I don't mind sitting inside when it's just us, but when there's a bunch of people there and I like can't see across the room because it's so fucking smoky,
Yeah.
my lungs don't want to be there.
I would die. Literally.
Yeah. Joel and I were talking about cigars the other day, and he said his wife will smoke like half a cigar with him. I said, man, that'd be perfect, because the second half's the one that fucks me up. I'm good with the first half of the cigar.
Only I didn't have asthma.
Yeah.
Trying to kill me.
Well, it's exercise induced, not cigar induced.
Well, now it's COVID induced.
Well,
COVID fucked me up a few months
You
ago.
ain't got COVID, and I'm not asking you to run. You just sit there and smoke a cigar.
You're trying to kill me. It's on camera. I got evidence.
Then Kyle, the other guy that I was meeting with today, he was hanging out with us the other day when we were smoking cigars, and he does tobacco pipe as well. And he was like, yeah, I smoke it in my study when I'm reading and contemplating and stuff.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that's really fucking cool. Like, you're telling me that I want to smoke a pipe now. Get a big wizard pipe.
That was the people I hung out with in college.
Yeah, he
They
is
all had pipes.
100% that. A military version of that. So, more successful. But
I was about to say names, but I won't say them now.
don't.
Yeah, that group I hung out with in high school and college.
You had some good friends in college, but you also had some significant losers too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun though. Like they'd go smoke pipes and just sit out in the Louisiana in the cold and around a fire and watch the
Way
stars.
cooler than what my friends were doing.
Yeah, it was fun. We were hip. We were cool. All the girls were like knitting. So
Y'all are so hip.
I know, we were very hip. I had like all of like thrifted vintage clothes and my big glasses and a bob, curly hair,
Yeah.
bangs, and knitting all the time.
My friends
Riding
were
a bike.
My friends were shotgunning beer and smoking meth. So different friend groups. Instead of 5-hour energy, we had 25-hour energy.
Yeah, we were interesting.
Well,
Just good people though.
we were here to talk about
Anyways, shit therapists.
shit therapists. Now that we've been on our 20-minute tangent.
Yeah, I made a post a couple weeks ago now. It was supposed to be like hee hee ha ha, like what's the fun, like what's something that like your therapist said that stuck with you. And instead of the funny stuff, it was just a trauma dump. So it was like lots of people just expressing. It started with DMs and then people started commenting on the post. I made a follow-up post and then more comments. Yeah, just like I talk a lot about lazy therapists and how like either that's like undertrained or unaware or manipulating talk therapy to their benefit. But this was like beyond that. This was like horrible people as therapists.
Like malpractice therapists.
Like malpractice, like abuse, like, and the biggest one being therapists either, it seems unintentional, but it just seems so stupid to me because it doesn't make sense to me because I always look through a trauma lens, but a lot of the stories, almost all of them, were recreating the trauma of the client or like the negative narrative of their life was like, you're too much, you're not enough, you're broken, you're all these things. And like, you're abandonable. Like, I'm going to abandon you. Like, it was just like,
yeah,
every story had that underlying theme. And I was like, are these people that stupid as therapists? Up their own ass? Are they just so poorly educated? Are they like doing it on purpose? I was like, this is beyond, like, this is like bad human behavior.
Yeah.
Some of them. It's like, this is wild.
I think things are rarely intentionally malicious. I think it usually is ignorance. That said, I always say judge action, not intention, because regardless of how stupid you are, if the action is negatively impacting, still your fault.
Yeah.
Ignorance is not
Just, there's
a plea.
Huge lack of self-reflection too.
Yeah.
It's like one of the stories, it was like this girl has abandonment issues and she's trying to like switch therapist and the therapist logs off mid-session when she's like telling her she's going to switch therapist. Like, therapists, do you not know? You know they have abandonment issues.
Yeah, you're just a piece of shit human being.
Right.
Like, not even a bad therapist. You're just a shitty human.
That's wild to me. Like, not even as a therapist, as a person. If I know this person has abandonment stuff, like, I'm going to try not to engage in that behavior
Whoever
myself.
did that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
If you watch this, you're a piece of shit.
Other ones that are like taking on clients, oh, you scored too high on this assessment. I don't know what to do with you.
You're too fucked up.
You're too fucked up. Like, I don't know who to refer you to either because I don't do my due diligence. Like,
that's insane.
Not even like, hey, I can't do it, but I'll find someone that can. Because like taking on ownership of like, I'm not trained enough. They didn't even do that. They were just like, I don't know what to do with you. You scored too high. Why did you take on a client with dissociative stuff if you're not even fucking trained in it?
Shit human being.
It's just wild.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
selfishness. They don't think about how they impact others. Even though their job is like, literally to help others, they don't think about how their actions impact others. Desperate
for clients. So they'll just say yes to anything. And then they don't actually rise to the occasion or refer out and admit fault. Like just, Another one had like sexual trauma and went to this therapist, meeting at her house. First off, no. Second is like sitting next to the client after they disclosed all this stuff, like move their chair across the room to sit by the client. No.
How's this make you feel?
Basically was doing that. And they were like, what the fuck is happening? Tried to confront them next week about it. And they were like, how is this working out for us? Like, I don't feel like it's not working. So it was like, you're not doing enough was the message, which was their trauma also. Just like wild. The lack of ownership or insight. And the client tried to give feedback too of like, hey, like that made me uncomfortable. Can you not do that? I'd be like, oh my fucking God, I'm so sorry. Let me like look at myself and like go sit over here. Like that wasn't trauma informed. I apologize. Was not having a right mind moment. Like,
do you have an HR department? Because I would love to report you.
Right? No, just doing therapy out of her fucking house.
Jeez.
Yeah, just wild stuff. There was one that was like had animal heads all over. It was like a hunting guy, and they're like sounds a teenager. Great. For you, but they're like a troubled teen that is like emo, like going in there going, what the, is this guy gonna kill me? Like, why is he so into guns and shit?
Yeah.
But a hunting guy would love that, but like inappropriate to take on a client that.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that you make very apparent to your clients beforehand.
Or like you have niche clientele that are like hunters. You just work with bros, not sad teen girls.
Oh, it's a girl too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how did you even make that connection?
Right?
I feel like your website should represent that.
Yeah.
Like if you come here,
This was a while ago, but yeah.
if you come here, you're not caught off guard by profanity because
Right.
I think
On
we
the
were,
website.
yeah,
On the fucking
we
website.
digitally represent ourselves very accurately.
Yes.
So in a scenario like that where you're very masculine and hunting and fishing and all that, that should be the way you are digitally represented.
Wild.
Like the emo teen girl should not look at your website and say, "Oh, maybe he'll help me."
Yeah, or her parents shouldn't be like, "Oh,
Right.
this is a great therapist for our daughter." No.
Like you're just improper targeting for one. Like
Yeah.
it's not even obviously it's terrible for the client, but
Yeah.
even for you as a business, like that's poor targeting, brother.
Yeah.
You're not gonna connect with an audience that way.
Yeah. Just found other ones. Told mine all my trauma, called me a liar, said if it were true, I'd be completely defragmented. Didn't know if I should take it as an insult or a compliment.
What's defragmented mean?
Like split personality. Like extreme compartmentalization. Have you seen the movie Split?
No, I don't watch horror movies.
Really
or that.
good. But yeah, he has
I watch Happy. If it ain't on
Split.
Disney, I ain't watching it. Just about.
he's like, yeah, scary version of dissociating and defragmenting. But yeah, it's like another therapist that's just like
Trash.
insulting their client. Like, you're beyond help. Like, you lied to me.
That's crazy.
If college is so hard for you, you should you even be here? That one?
Were they at college during
Yeah.
this? I mean, that doesn't sound.
That one could go both ways,
Yeah.
depending on the rapport with the client. But it sounds like they didn't have rapport with the client.
Was it like a college counselor?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
It's a fair question, but if you don't have the right rapport, then that's not going to land very well.
yeah, it's a college counselor. Like, how much rapport are you building?
Yeah, usually only have like 4 sessions. But
Right.
But you would think like a college counselor would be like, how do we make it better? Like, how do you work in the system of college? Like, not like, should you even be here?
Depends on how bad it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're suicidal because college is stressing you out, maybe go elsewhere.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, well, I can't get my assignments in on time because whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'll just.
I think it's a fair eventual question, but it seems like it was like right out the box, just like, why are you even here? Just in not like a reflective way. I can't even say it like that. I only say it in a
Yeah,
nice
you're
way.
right. You're right. Yeah. Just shit.
It'd be like if someone came to us for admission and we're like, if life is so hard for you, should you even like be living? Like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Why are you even trying to live?
Yeah.
That would be a shit thing to say. That's kind of the vibe I was getting from this one.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah, I get it. I get you.
just automatic failure, like no solution, no like.
Oh, yeah, I agree. That sucks. You suck at this. You should quit trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. It's like the conversation I was having with Scott yesterday. And he was stressed out. And I was like, hey, there's a silver line. He's like, what? I said, it's going to get worse.
It's good right now.
Yeah, I was like, this is the best it's going to be.
Next week, shit. What was another one? Oh, that same therapist walked up to that person at their graduation and said, I'm proud of you. I didn't think I would see you here. Don't forget you have a long way to go, referring to my mental health, not my education.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, that's super fucked.
And this person now has their master's and is a practicing therapist. Like, they went the full way. Like, yeah. Could you imagine saying that to somebody?
It made me think of the Adam Sandler story where Adam Sandler, I forgot exactly how it goes, but he like saw an old college professor in a pub
Yeah.
and like buys him a beer and he says something to the effect of like, this is the guy that motivated me to get into acting.
Yeah.
Like basically presenting it to the group as in like,
A positive.
I appreciate this guy.
Yeah.
And it was actually the professor that told him he should give up because he didn't have the face or the talent for it.
Yeah. I think about that. Some of the old bosses I had that were like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I would thank them now and be like, thank you for being so shit.
Right. And to some degree, I think that's the best way to reflect on things like that. Obviously, it should have never happened and it's dramatic and crazy. Yeah. But maybe that horrible experience is what motivated you to be in the position that you are today.
I think it did for that person. Yeah, it seems like it was a big part of it.
Now I need to go back and read it because I'm curious who that person is. Do I know him?
No, we were like freshmen, sophomores together in college.
But yeah, I mean, I've had multiple things happen in my life that were
10.
That were really, really bad. And it was because people were fucking horrible. But if those things wouldn't have happened, I would not be where I am today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely think, and I tell this to clients and staff all the time, like, there is silver lining on trauma. We just have to, like, get there.
100%.
Like, got to see it as that eventually. Process it. The next one said, pulled out a Bible during my intake. No, thank you, sir. I mean, I'm all for the Bible, but like pulling it out for a sesh is kind of wild. If the client didn't even ask for it.
I mean, it depends. Like if you're going to Church of Christ Christian Counseling, then and
he was not.
Right.
He was not.
If you're coming here, then yeah, I mean that would be a little weird.
We've had some clients that like they want that and that's their religion and that's what they believe, and so it's like, well, let's use that. Or I've quoted the Quran to people, or like the big books, some people's religion. So it's like you just do what the client needs and like what they believe. You can't just pull it out and be like, so Jesus. Like,
you know, you think of that.
Oh my God.
I can't remember. I think it was called ChristianCounseling.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was doing a little consulting with them, and they're like, "Well, you know, we're not trying to niche ourselves down, and we want to have a larger demographic." I'm like, dude, you're not going to get a Muslim to come in here for counseling. It's just not happening.
Your name is Christian Counselor.
Right. Like maybe pick a different name.
You're not all things to all people.
Yeah.
You kind of shot yourself in the foot with that one.
Right. Like this isn't something that you can backtrack at this point. It's the name of your company.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see people that are like, oh, I do Christian counseling, but I take everyone. It's like, that's not going to work for you because people hear Christian and they have trauma related to that.
Sure.
So they're going to run away or run towards you. It's a great niche, but
you can accept anyone. You can't target everyone. Those are different things.
That's right. Yeah.
Like if you're going to do Christian counseling, then I would hope that you would not turn somebody away because they're like, I'm an atheist.
Right.
But also, if somebody's calling you and they're atheist, you're screwed on your marketing because you have no target demographic at all.
The next one is, why don't you tell your son why you left his real dad in front of my son?
Wow.
Yeah.
That might be the worst one yet.
Really?
That's pretty bad.
Why is that one the worst for you? They're all bad. It's fucking crazy.
Well, because you just brought a third party in and basically did a trauma exposure to them unsolicited. Like that's
that word. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably beat the shit out of somebody if they did that.
Completely broke rapport. They're like, oh yeah, like now your son's the client, so like, why don't you like, yeah.
Well, it's
expose yourself to him. That's something the kid doesn't need to know.
Why don't you shame yourself to your kid real quick?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah. I told her, you should tell them. I'll tell you why I'm leaving your office.
I'll tell you why you can't see out of your left eye now.
Yeah. This one, my school counselor told me I'd never go to college because I had a 34 in world history and was in the bottom quarter of my class. Joke's on her because once I got on ADD meds, I was an all-A honor roll student the rest of my time in school. And then when I became a therapist, I wanted to make sure kids never felt the same way she made me feel.
I missed the plot on that one. What was the bad part?
The school counselor told me I'd never go to college because I had a 34 in world history and was in the bottom quarter of my class. Joke's on her because once I got on ADHD meds, I was an all-A honor roll student. and then became a therapist because I wanted to make sure kids never felt the way she made me feel.
Okay.
So instead of like being like, hey, let's look at why you're struggling in school, it was just like, yeah, you're just going to be a failure.
I don't expect much out of a high school guidance counselor.
Yeah. I just think it's wild to tell a kid that you're not going to amount to anything.
Well, I mean, that's what people told me, and it motivated me.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know your audience,
You got to know your audience,
Yeah.
though. Like, if I would tell you that, yeah. But I wouldn't tell, like, a sad girl that.
No. But again, that's why I said I don't expect much out of a high school guidance counselor.
I do. I'm
Are
just
they
a
even,
human.
Is that even licensed the same way?
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it was back in the day, but it is now. It is master's level therapist.
Okay, it definitely was, at least
There's school counselor tracks.
in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, it wasn't, because my high school guidance counselor was another kid's mom, and she got the job because her kid went there, and I think she was related to the principal.
I think that's how it maybe was back in the day, but now it is a master's level degree.
Okay.
So my class was like school counseling or like clinical mental health. It was like either or.
I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. But I just feel like it's a bad human to tell any kid like, hey,
I don't agree with that,
you're not going to amount to anything.
because I was told that, and I took that as a challenge.
Yeah. Maybe if there's like follow-up of like, you're not going to amount to anything if you keep doing this.
I don't know if that's a place for a therapist. Maybe that's more of a coach thing, because it was told to me by coaches.
Yeah.
But it definitely had coaches frame things in way much more profanity than that, but the exact same saying of like,
I feel like coaches are doing that. Like, you as a student, you're like, oh, that's a coach. Like, he's pushing me to be better. Like, therapist telling you that would be like, oh, I'm fucked.
right, but you said bad human. I don't see that. I see
Bad therapist. I think it's a bad human.
I don't even know if I would say bad therapist. I'd say in the wrong context. So you need to, as a good therapist, you would understand context and an audience, and you would use it effectively, not traumatically.
Yeah.
But if somebody, like, I do not respond well to validation. I don't need to be validated by anybody.
I'm not saying validation. I'm saying like, hey, if you keep going down this path with this behavior, then yeah, you're probably not going to do well in college. But like, let's figure out what are the roadblocks.
Yeah, though that would not. I wouldn't respond well to that. And I think a lot of men wouldn't.
I work with a lot of men and they respond well to that.
A lot of blue collar men wouldn't. How about that? Like, I'll respond well to, like I was telling you a story the other day. We were working with a deckhand, and they're like, I'm doing my best. And we were like, do somebody else's best, because your best ain't good enough. Like, shit like that is what would motivate me.
Yeah. But yeah, if I had the rapport with somebody, I would be more direct with it like that.
Yeah, that's what I said. A good therapist knows that, knows their target audience.
Yeah. Not a therapist, but a senior ranking staff member kept telling me, I didn't understand that one fully.
Skip.
Yep. Oh, a counselor at a facility that has since closed.
What facility?
Brazos. A therapist at the facility said, shut the fuck up, shut the fucking fuck up. Because I disagreed when he told me being sober meant I can never go to a live concert ever again because people drink there. I said, doesn't the big book teach that you can go anywhere once you're like through the steps? He said, yeah, that's why he got mad, because I called him on that.
Huh. Well, they're closed.
Bullet. Null and void. My depression anxiety was because I had low blood sugar. How? I'm not taking people's blood in therapy. Like,
yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would say that's traumatic, but it's like, what the fuck are we talking about?
right. Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
why?
It's like, what?
And that's why I asked. I said, were they taking your blood sugar? Was it like maybe an eating disorder therapist? Nope. Like, maybe if you're working on like ED stuff, I could see like that
ED?
eating disorder. Oh yeah, no,
Erectile dysfunction.
not that one.
I got low blood sugar. I can't get my pecker up.
Low blood pressure. I have talked about with clients. So they're on like these anxiety meds that are blood pressure meds, and I'm like, why don't you just not take the anxiety med?
Yeah.
And they do it. They're like, it worked.
Yeah. Take the blue pill. Don't take the red pill.
So yeah, I was just like, that doesn't make sense. Physical health is related, but just like the lack of reasoning why that would be.
That sounds very uneducated. Yeah.
That sounds just like, yeah, like a kind of young therapist.
Yeah. Probably trying to help. Just don't know what they're talking about.
This girl went to this therapist for an eating disorder in high school, and the therapist said, honey, you know you aren't fat, right? That's just not what a therapist should say.
Okay. See, that's why I'm not a therapist.
Well, because like people with eating disorders have body dysmorphia. So like no matter what, if you're like, if I'm like, these jeans are purple, I believe that they are purple. If you say, oh, honey, those are black, that doesn't fix anything that I see that they're purple.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah. It's just like wild response. That's the one that was the therapist topic. One suggested I use sex workers when I got out of treatment instead of getting into a relationship. I was 30 days sober and in residential treatment.
Was this Brazos too?
I think it was a different, similar facility, knowing this person.
That's, yeah. Whoever said that should be fired.
That used to be a thing, though. I would hear that a lot back. Yeah. And when I first
that
started.
You should have sex with hookers to avoid a relationship?
To, like, help your urges so you don't get into a toxic relationship. That was a thing back in, like, probably closer to 2016, 17, 18.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
You
I thought it was so
if you
weird.
ever taught that to anybody.
A bunch of staff, like male staff, would tell people that. I was like, this is weird. Like, what? It was very normalized. Yeah. Back in the day. I guess that was 10 years ago. Yeah. It was wild.
That's crazy.
But back in the day, you could also tell people, like, yeah, go use heroin. Like, come back next week. Like, have your experience. But you can't do that now. But yeah, you should never tell people to use. Yeah, prostitutes.
I would never tell somebody, yeah, go smoke heroin and have your experience. I would never tell anybody any of those things.
Yeah.
Like, if you do it, that's on you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come chase you down and try and stop you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to encourage you to do it, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it would be
Those
like
are different things.
they were leaving AMA, then you'd tell them that. Well, all right, we'll see you in a week.
Maybe not.
Maybe not anymore. No, we had to stop saying that. But yeah, I've heard that one a lot. It's wild. Yeah. Let's see. Couples therapists told me and my husband that we would absolutely make it. Later realized that that was a massive error. You can't tell anyone they're going to make it and guarantee success. I get the intent, but that's like just bad.
Yeah.
I was assaulted at 15 by classmates. My mom sent me to a therapist. He listened to my story, so I'll give him that. But his first response was, so you aren't taking any ownership of what happened. Did you consider the fact that you shouldn't have been at a party in the first place? I get the intent and eventually get there with clients, but that's not the first thing I would say to somebody. Like,
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It is a controversial take to have people take ownership of that stuff, of their part, but that's not the
Well,
first.
it's like that's not the problem we're here for kind of thing.
That's like something to do once they're stabilized. How do
Right.
we avoid this in the future? Like, not like off the rip, like victim shaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that in, not the tangent, but I'm a tangent anyway, so fuck it. But I see that in politics a lot where, like, you'll have, left side, right side issues. And, like, well, this is terrible. Yeah, but this is also terrible. So,
Yeah.
Right. Not disagreeing.
Circumventing the
Not
point.
not the topic at hand though.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like what a therapist should be doing, is getting to the meat of the topic and like redirecting the people that are going off.
Right.
Yeah, but they just were like, shame. Like, it's your fault. Like, you were at the party, so you got raped. What?
Jeez.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
Some therapists think I'm wild for like having that conversation with clients eventually. It's like what they have a part in being somewhere, yes. But you have to eventually look at that. Like, hey, every time you do drugs, you get blackout drunk and you get assaulted. Like, we have to look at that pattern. But that's not where you start with that. But some therapists get mad at me for even saying that.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
They're shitty therapists.
That was it. 51 comments.
Jeez Louise, there's a lot of bad therapists out there.
There were some messages that were worse. Some people didn't want to post, but yeah. Crazy.
Oh, there's people DMing you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
they're
have
like,
to share
I don't,
those.
they're like, I don't want to put this on
Yeah.
public.
They didn't want to make it public, so.
But yeah, it's just bad therapist.
Yeah. I think, there's a lot of both. I mean.
Would you say, like, reading all of those, is it lack of training? Is it just horrible people, ignorance, etc.?
Lack of training, but I don't think training in the sense of education, like lack of cultural significance. So like nature versus nurture, like there wasn't nurturing to the correct level of maturity.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got all the head knowledge. Best of luck to you.
Yeah.
And like no nurturing of application of that knowledge.
Yeah. That's accurate. That is my biggest complaint in the training of therapists.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the talking about kids. Like, there's no bad kids, there's just bad parents. Yeah. I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
Like, with the very rare, situation of like a legitimate
there's some
clinical psychopath.
Yeah, there's some genetic issues.
Yeah. But if we're just taking like general public, not the extremities, there's not bad people, there's bad parents. Like every single criminal, for the most part, you can go back and look. Dad wasn't in the home, mom wasn't in the home. Whatever the case is,
abuse, etc.
Abuse tremendously. I think it's the same thing here. Of like, you have a bunch of therapists that were taught how to be a therapist, never raised to be a therapist.
Yeah, that is my one complaint. Biggest complaint with the counseling education system is like, we'll get therapists in here that they know it on paper, kind of, but then they can't apply it. And so we're having to do the raising of therapists in practicums, internships, and
well, that's the point of internship, right?
Yeah.
The issue is that you're multi-generations deep of shitty therapists now. So even your supervisors are shitty therapists. And so
that is accurate.
Yeah.
That's why I became a supervisor. I was actually at a lunch a couple years ago. It was like group practice owners meet up, and we'd get lunch every like once a month or so. And we're all like talking about like our horror stories of like working in facilities or having like shit supervisors and stuff. I was like, but wait, not to be that person, but like we're all here. We all have our own like practices working towards supervisor status. It's like, how cool is that? It was like 20 different therapists, like all like commiserating. But then it was like, we all flipped it into like, oh shit, like we're making a difference in Austin, like to be the different
100%
therapist.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like the concept, like I've referenced this a lot, but Jordan Peterson has a quote of, the concept of like, if I focus on myself and everybody focuses on themselves, then by default society becomes better. Yeah. And the more, I don't know if I would say it's a liberal approach, but it's in a lot of liberal politics of everything's a systemic issue. It needs to be fixed systemically. It's like, you're not wrong.
We are the system.
Exactly. That's the point.
The system. Yeah.
If we focus on ourselves being better, the system doesn't have a choice but to change by default because we are that system.
I see that as a business owner now, because when I was inside of the system, I'd be like, oh, fuck the man, like whatever. And then there came a point a couple of years ago where somebody in our staff said something of that sort. And I was like, I am the man. You trying to fuck me? Like,
Right.
what? Like,
Exactly.
take ownership of your own issue here. And
Right.
like, how can we work on it together to change the system?
Right.
Maybe it is like something that needs to be looked at, but yeah, that was like an eye opener to me. It's like, I am the system now. And like on a bigger scale of like, even today telling someone like how we got to having a treatment center, I was like, I tried to escape treatment center work and now I own one.
Yeah.
Like, I am the system. That's how, like, some people are like, oh, y'all just like do everything so good. It's like, it's been like 6 years of like nose to the ground, like working on this shit.
We do a lot
like,
of things very
and
poorly.
now we have changed potentially the world.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy how you can't, I think a lot of people blame other people or the system, and like when you can take responsibility and like start doing it yourself, it's really powerful.
Well, that's the thing. Nobody wants to take responsibility. And that's what I mean by nurture is we've grown up in a culture now that is multi-generation deep of a lack of self-responsibility.
Self-reflection, all of those people's
Exactly.
not self-reflecting at all.
Exactly. And so it's, talking about mentorship and supervisors and stuff like that. It's hard for them to be good because they had shitty people ahead of them. And so you really got to go against the grain to stand out and be a very integral person these days.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of our conversations come back to that, but I think that's the reality of like, I get you that life isn't fair and you had a shitty upbringing and shitty this and that and everything else. The cards are stacked against you. Play with a different fucking deck then.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't want to do is they're like, I'm not happy, but I'm not uncomfortable enough to change.
Mm-hmm. Or I don't know how to change or
right.
Just putting, again, the blame on everyone else. When we have YouTube, we have like the internet, like you have resources. That
Exactly.
are free, the public library, etc.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day because we're talking about, the concept of being lucky and blessed and all that stuff. And like, I am so, grateful for the life that I live and the family that I came up with. I am super grateful that I have been so lucky and I've been so blessed. But there seems to be a direct correlation with the harder I work, the more blessed and lucky I get.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like, I think that biblical concept of like, if you don't reach out or like you don't go knock on the door, like it's not going to open for you. You have to put in action. Go seek out. Like I remember when I was younger and I hear this, a lot of people say this, like, I don't know what like the universe is playing for me or like God's playing for me. It's like, you're not going to know if you just don't move.
Right. What's your plan for you? Yeah, just do something.
Do something and like it will open itself up to you. But if you're not moving, there's no, it's like the whole like energy in motion stays in motion. Like if you're not in motion, you're not going to keep going in motion.
Well,
you're just going to stay stuck.
Seth Rogen had a phenomenal quote that I really enjoyed. They were asking him, if somebody was just getting started and trying to get into the film business, what would be your words of inspiration? And he said, if you try really, really hard and you don't give up, you might make it.
Yeah.
If you don't try, I guarantee you won't.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's life in general.
Yeah.
If you don't ever try, you're right, you won't fail, but you're never going to succeed.
Yeah.
And if you do try really hard, you still might fail, but there's a chance that you succeed.
Yeah.
And if you just constantly fucking try, at some point, like just the odds are in your favor, it has to turn into success.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like kind of like the sales thing of like out of 100 yeses you'll get, or no's you'll get one yes.
Yeah. Well,
if you don't ask, you never receive.
Alex Hormozy talks about that, and I really like that too, where he said, he'll talk to sales teams and I'll ask them, well, what's your call volume? He's like, I made 50 calls today and they were all no's. Like, okay, why didn't you make 51?
Right.
He's like, oh, well, I'm getting down the dumps. And he's like, yeah, he said, everybody gets burned out. But if I told you, hey, it's going to take 1,000 calls and then you're guaranteed to win, everybody would get to that 1,000th call as fast as possible.
Right.
But when you don't know what that number is going to be, you give up before you hit.
Yeah.
And you might be on call 50 or 60, and it was, 61 that was going to be the sale.
Yep.
And that's life. It's like, oh, well, I don't want to start my own business because I've tried doing this and that in the past and it didn't work out. Maybe this is the one that hits. Or I don't want to go for, that promotion, or I don't want to confront my boss about a raise. Yeah. Guess what? I guarantee you don't fucking get it if you don't ask.
Right. Yeah, I actually saw this guy on my feed this morning that was like business owner, entrepreneur, and he was like crying just about like how hard it was. He was like having a hard moment. He's like, I got all this debt, but I'm also like responsible for all these people's livelihoods. Like, I don't want to shut down, but it's like one of those hard moments. And like in the comments, it was like, and he had like 2,000 followers. It was like nothing.
Yeah.
And there were like 50 to 100 comments that were just like, been there, man, just paid off this like $2 million loan this month. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Like, you never know when it's going to break. And I commented kind of the same. I was like, we're about to get bought out from one of our companies and like pay off our big loan. Like, keep going. Beginning of this year, I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
It's like, just keep going. So it was really cool to see like just like hundreds of people just like, he's crying on camera about like the woes of business ownership and the responsibility of like carrying his like 50 employees and like their livelihood and excitement to be at work. But he's so stressed, and everyone's like, oh, like I finally got time with my family, or I finally paid off the debt, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just cool to see like the motivation that
I think
if you keep going, it will happen.
I think something that we struggle with in business, it's like in entrepreneurship, there's no safety net. So, when
It's a gamble.
Yeah, when you work in a corporate environment, you have a massive safety net. And so there might be stresses, but like at the end of the day, the worst thing that happens is you get fussed at, or you don't get the promotion this round or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking that at all. I think big corporations are a massive success to humanity. Like, you think of all the stuff that, Tesla's doing, and all these AI companies, and Amazon. Like, who doesn't use Amazon? Amazon is used every single day, multiple times a day by us.
They are a necessary evil.
I don't think they're evil. I think they employ hundreds of thousands of people. Like, if you don't want to work there, hey, I get that. Go work somewhere else. But we could not accomplish, next day deliveries across the country if Amazon didn't exist, if you didn't have hundreds of thousands of people working towards this one vision.
Right.
So like, I know I talk about entrepreneurship a lot, but entrepreneurship doesn't matter if you don't have those groups of team players that get on that same vision.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to accomplish anything
You're not gonna grow.
big and worthwhile. So anyway, massive tangent there. I forgot where I was going with this.
It's funny you say that about corporate, because Lori and I were talking about that, going to visit another facility in town, kind of talking about other facilities that are struggling and stuff. And she was like, it really won't succeed unless you go corporate. And I was like, yeah, like there's a reason like so many corporations exist. I was like, and thankfully we're planning to do it in-house, and like that I think will be a huge success, because it'll still be like close to the mission and owner operated in a sense.
Our sense of success is so different than other people's. I was talking about that with Scott yesterday, of like, we're sitting here bashing our heads like, how do we get past this plateau? We're struggling, but it's like, we're profitable, very profitable. And everybody that we're talking to around town is struggling right now. They're like,
the client and the teams are so happy right now.
Right. And so it's like, again, perspective. Mm-hmm. Like, we are, for an industry standard, we're crushing it. For our standards, we're failing.
Now we're like, we need the next level.
Right.
Yeah. How do we get through this?
But again, back to, corporate environment and team environment. If that was any individual of us, this would be, not would it be a failure, would have never even, the idea would never even exist, because we couldn't have got to that point. You need all those components working together, even for a small project like this.
Yeah.
Everybody's input is very, very significant.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's exciting to see us going corporate in a healthy way, because like there are places, I was thinking about this too, like there are some places that just get big enough to sell, and that's what they do. And a lot of places in town are doing that, and so it's like,
Well, that's their goal.
I don't want to be that. Yeah,
That's not our
different goal. Yeah.
Our goal is never to sell.
Yeah.
Scott and I had talked about that too. I think you were a part of that conversation, and he was like, "What if?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "What if somebody offers us $20 million tomorrow? Would you sell?" I was like, yeah, but I would go and just launch another one."
Yeah, with stipulations. We keep our staff and the name.
No, you can't keep staff. They won't sell it to you.
Well, those are my stipulations.
Then you don't sell. But the point being, like, I would still want to do it. So if there's a scenario in which we can take the cash out and go do it again, same thing.
I could do a lot with 20 million.
Right.
We did a lot with $0. 0 million.
It wasn't zero.
It was not what some of these other places have to start off.
Right. Point being, though, we are not here for a payday. We are here to make an impact. And I think that's a big difference as to why we've been able to attract such a great team, and we've been able to work with such efficiency.
That was Lori's follow-up thing, was like, we hire people, we just tell them, like, do you want a job in 5 years? Like, come work for us, because it'll still be here.
Right. Yeah, like we're not going anywhere.
Lay you off because we hired you paying too much.
Yeah, we have never laid anybody off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you leave here, it's because you didn't want to be here. We didn't want you here. Nobody's ever been laid off.
Yeah.
But again, like I was talking about this in the business owner church group thing, because a lot of those guys are in tech and they have like a 12 to 16 month churn. So like every 12, 16 months, they're in a different position with a different company. Yeah. And I was like, for us, I would feel like such a failure if that was our churn rate on employees, because I was telling them, I said, we hire loyalty and integrity. I want you to be the same person when nobody's looking as you are when we're in a meeting together. Yeah. And I want you to be loyal to this vision. Yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, that's why it feels like failure to you, because your goal isn't a financial goal. Your goal is community growth. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. But now when I look at us in relation to these other companies, and other companies, are floundering, we're not, and yet we're still, oh, this isn't enough, this isn't enough. It's not enough because it's not about finances. It's about impact. We're not making a big enough impact yet to be satisfied.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to make a bigger impact. We literally have like 3 or 4 people like asking for jobs right now. I'm like, oh, we're almost there. Like, how do we get more clients so we could like have more like jobs for people and help more people? And
that's the discussions that we have internally. Like I was talking with Micah and Sal about this other day, and why do we want to start day groups? I said, dude, if we're hosting 30 to 40 people on nights, and we can host 30 to 40 people on days, then that's 80 to 90 people that we can positively impact on a daily basis. That also gives us the financial opportunity to go launch location number 2. Location number 2, if that formula works, obviously we're going to refine the formula. Now you're talking about 150 to 200 people that we're impacting. Like you're talking about a legitimate margin of society that we are positively impacting on our local community.
And jobs. People want to actually work here.
Right.
Enjoyable treatment center work.
Yeah.
Wow. Unheard of.
And when you look at it like that, and that's the topic of conversation, it's really easy to grab hold of that vision and want to be loyal to it and want to have integrity around it, versus, well, if we get 90 people in here and we cut these overhead costs and you quit letting people take 6 Red Bulls home a night, then, we can have 30% profit margin and everybody gets bonuses.
We can sell for 50 million.
I don't give a shit. Like, do I want people taking 6 Red Bulls in their pockets home with them? No. I'm more concerned about your heart condition than I am about my budget. But again, like what I told Sal and Micah, I said, look, if we're doing good work, the finances are going to take care of themselves.
Yeah,
like we don't need to be worried about how much money we make off of this client and that client. It's going to wash out and we're going to be good because we have planned as, you know, the leaders of the company to have a structure that works.
Yeah.
All we got to focus on is making sure that we provide the best possible clinical care that we can and the best support staff around that.
When we have that.
Yeah, we do.
Killer team right now. Yeah, and I can't wait. I'm like, got like a whole second team ready to start just whenever we can. So.
We do.
I'm excited to expand.
Yeah. Well,
I was talking to Lori about that. I was like, we're so excited. We're like chomping at the bit, like just to go.
Yeah. And I was talking about this in a meeting the other day for ASP because we were chatting with another treatment center. And we have such a different model. And they were asking about what's our lead gen look like and our admissions rates. And I said, guys, we refer out, like landed admissions for other facilities refer out more than we admit to our own facility.
We've had so much this month and step ups.
And I said, I like that just as much as an admission here because again, we're about impact. If I have somebody that's admitting to residential treatment at another facility and they came through us, that means that I can count that as we had a touch point on that. Our marketing and our admissions team did the work to get that person to a better position in life. Yeah. Maybe they never come back here. That's fine. Again, our goal is to impact our community. Yeah. For our level of care, we are the best. But we position ourselves to where we can have that impact on community and not need to offer other levels of care.
We've had people we referred out, or they couldn't afford like Atomic back in the day, and they'll send us their friends or family members like a year or two later. They're like, how'd you hear about us? Oh, my so-and-so. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's talk about, I think it was Laura talking about this. Like if we could get to the point to where we could feasibly market and majority of everybody that goes into treatment comes through our funnel in some way, that would be so fulfilling to me that because we very intentionally have our marketing funnel set up to where we target what's not currently being targeted.
Yeah. Don't give our secrets away.
I don't care. No, they're not going to do it.
Nobody's going to do it.
Nobody can figure it out. But like a lot of the people that we're talking to, like I was listening to those calls today, those are first time treatment people. Like these aren't chronic relapsers.
Yeah,
these
people
are
ask us if we get clients, like how we get clients. Is it from treatment centers? Like it's like 50-50, like treatment centers / Google. Like we just get people first time calling like that.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like we can be a difference. They don't have to get mixed up in the chaos that treatment can be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it becomes, what's the number? I think it's 7 times is the typical relapse before it sticks, 6 or 7 times.
Yeah. And then it's like a 7% success rate out of treatment.
Right. And we get a lot, our numbers are way better than that of long-term sobriety for people that never even went to residential treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, I was having to coach Dean through that because he had some client mishaps, relapses or whatever. And I was like trying to like personalize it. And he's like, I was like, bro, it's 7% success rate across treatment centers.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. It was a slip. They still showed up for session. They still showed up for a group.
Right.
There's progress. They're still bought into it. It's just like, we got to like address, hey, why did you use 7-OH? Like, what's going on? You didn't pop positive. So you used it like probably after your last UA. And like, that's a whole issue in itself. But
and you want to have accountability, but you don't want to stigmatize because I think what happens a lot of times, especially with residential treatment, is it becomes like this cultural staple form, like a normality of, well, you know, I'm gonna stay sober for 6 or 7 months and then I'll go clean up, and they just do that repetitiously.
Yeah. Or there's like a fear of like, you relapse, you go to a higher level of care. And I was like, we don't need to do that. Like, it was 7-OH, not great, but like it doesn't seem like they're still using it. So let's just like, you know, see what's up and see how to like not do that again.
Right.
Sign a behavior contract maybe, but.
And again, I like that we don't do multiple levels of care, because in that scenario, not saying
It's
that
incentivized and
exactly. Somebody's going to look at that like, again, I don't want to name any names because we have good players, bad players, but there's a lot of facilities out there that have IOP level of care, and then they have PHP and res and everything else, and they'll send you back through the funnel again because, oh, okay, well, now I get to bill a detox and I get to bill a res and PHP and all the way back through the system to where we got one option here.
yeah.
Like there's no way for me to make more money off of you as a client.
Yeah.
So I'm not incentivized to send you through the system if it's not applicable for you.
Yeah, if you don't actually need it. Yeah.